the lag was insane on that one. Hello,
Hola.
everybody. Hola, hola.
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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Kisaki has joined us this time because we need the whole party here to start this story or view or whatever you call it. Welcome to the Catalina behind the scenes and fan appreciation stream. Da 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 da.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so yippee! Thank you for coming over to join us, or if you've missed out on Overcooked and you're here now, welcome anyway. First of all, thank you so much for over 1,000 views and over 110 likes on Catalina. Yay!
Yay!
That is insane for some of us because we're so used to doing things behind the scenes for other people. To see our own work reach those numbers is like, wow!
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Catalina. Thank you, Doc! Thank you! Okay, so let's get started from the very beginning. So this song was originally I originally wrote it for last year's Multiverses Vistas. And I did not make it on time. So clearly, I wanted to enter since the beginning, like at the beginning of the month, but it just took I was going through a lot of stuff at the time. So to get anything on paper, to get anything recorded, took a lot more effort. So Catalina was a sheer force of willpower. I was like, how hard can I push myself? And it was the beginning of this journey to like build this thing to its full extent, which is why personally for me Catalina is a very, very, very meaningful and important project for me. I'll let the rest of the members decide how they want to consider the song in their respect, so to speak. Yeah, okay, so let's start with that demo. I'm gonna warn you guys now. It's just as my voice was starting to drop, I think, or just as I was starting to be okay with my current range. Also, I did not finish writing the song. It was a short demo, so the second half, everything after the first chorus. Take a look at that first. Da-da-da-da. This is gonna be really embarrassing for me. Let me just say that.
Night and day.
Crazy.
I've played a little bit.
I played the tutorial so I could vote. Altair, we can't hear you on stream.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Have you been muted that whole time?
I'm glad I caught that.
Thank you. So I forgot that I heard an echo because I'm playing the
that's
browser audio from my speakers, and so I didn't want there to be echo while that song was playing, but I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh no.
So let's fucking start this again.
Take two.
Take two. Okay. We'll come back to this because you guys don't understand. But it started with "May this journey lead us starward." Long story short, it was what the characters in the game wish each other before they part ways. Because everybody knows that, like, everybody's journey comes to an end. But if you end in the stars, if you end doing the best you did, if you end on a journey that really took you where you wanted to go, then that is going starward. That is not what I said earlier, but you know what? We'll go with it. There were a lot of changes with the first demo version and the second demo version. I also mentioned earlier, I am the only one in this team that plays diligently plays HSR. Like just this morning I was playing the new Simulated Universe or Divergent Universe edition. Yes. Okay, that really threw me for a loop. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, so
fine.
I will.
It is okay.
I will come back. Okay, so okay, okay. So the purple parts is basically as Stell as shown in the music video, but obviously this is before the music video was being made, so I had to set up the script in a way that would work from stage 1 to the final stage. So in stage 1 we're recording our parts, we're breaking down how the song flows, so I scripted it in a way that would seem like Stell and Kylus are having a conversation with each other as alternate versions of each other, because that's basically what they are. They're both basically the same person. They are both us as the Trailblazers in the role of a character in this universe, which gets referred to like there's both jokes being poked at a lot about this in the game, as well as like serious parts in the game that talk about this, because they break through the fourth wall a lot in the game. This is just your standard script. The first half, obviously, like it is based off of what the original demo was. However, this time around, some wording was changed. Emphasis was more put on what is easier to sing. I usually, when working, this is what I was saying before I realized I was muted, as somebody who collaborates with other people in English lyrics or English trans lyrics a lot, I find that my way of pronouncing things, even just now, I was trying to say pronunciating. That's not right. I was trying to say, how the way I pronounce things is very, it's a little bit different. So when I give lyrics to people who I'm collaborating with, more often, and this is now included as well, so this is for main Astral Mail releases as well, the wording will change depending on what is easier for the other collaborator to sing. Because for me, I can just adapt whatever. I don't care too much about it, because I much rather have lyrics that are easier for everyone to sing than just what I think is right. Same went for... It's a lot easier with original songs, because I have the freedom to change that. So... the can they learn not to love got turned into can they not learn to love, can they not learn to love got turned into can they learn not to love, which I think makes more sense. And also, what else? There was one more thing that changed earlier on in the song. How many tears have fallen? Laughs were there to have was the original. It got changed to laughter to be had. But that was a change I made before I wrote the second half anyway. And then the second half got added. So here's the thing: when I first wrote the first demo, I think only the Bellabog story had finished. So it's just the first planet. We were just about to embark into the second planet, which is Shanzhou Alliance, or the Shanzhou Lofu. That ended up being inspiration for the second half of the song by the time I got to the song again, almost a year later. Except these parts here, this part here. So I should probably break down the references too. So in the first one, be they human or not even robots, can they learn not to love? That is a reference to the main conflict in Bellabog, where there's, I think people know about Svarog, the big nickname, the daddy robot. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't.
Zaya's nicknames for the characters has been wild. I don't even know if we can say them online, but like, I think what you call? You call Don Hung Dragon Boy, or
No, the green dragon twink.
The green dragon twink. Sorry, the green dragon twink.
I mean, you can say them online if you don't have any shame.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And then you said basically March was the trans flag, which I was just like,
wow. I just think I just look at her and she looks very trans to me. I don't know what to tell you.
It was the colors of the trans flag. So yeah, because so because you know she has turquoise and bright pink and white as her colors. But I screamed. I screamed when I originally read it because it was sent through text as well. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, so.
Anyway, carry on.
Yes. Alright. So Alright, so that reference is up here. Fragments frozen in rock refers to March 7th because when they found her, she was frozen in basically never melt ice or something like that. It was just a hunk of ice or rock, and it's implied that there are implications about what her character is, so that's what the fragments refer to. Runaway refers to Dan Hung, aka the Twink, because he did run away from. That was the big chunk of the Zhenzhou Lofu story, is that him coming to terms with his past that he was running away from, and that's what it says. Those that stay close to her, it's just because these three, they're just like the holy trinity of chaos, like. They're found siblings. Their dynamic is very sibling-esque. Chaos as it glows from deep within my soul refers to the Stellaron, which is how the character starts. Your character is just known as being this living container for the cancer of all worlds, aka the Stellaron. So that is what that refers to. The rest of the song does mostly refer to a reference with we'll talk about Catalina the Comet later, but it does go back to just referring oneself as just this transient existence in outer space, where that just lightly touches upon people for a week within an entire lifespan. Like, if you weren't there, if you didn't see it, you didn't see it. You never will. It's never coming back around. So I felt like the Astral Express was kind of like that. I should also mention, this song was originally the concept of writing a song around the Catalina Comet has been in my head since the Catalina Comet back in high school or something like that, and it wasn't until this project that I was able to finally make a song for it, or write a song I should say, and then I asked friends to make it for me. The only other reference to the actual game that's in here is this part here. This I blacked out. I just dissociated and I let my brain do its own thing, or I let whatever force is in charge of creativity do its own thing through, and I was simply its vessel.
How in the world? Like what?
What does he mean by this?
What do I mean? I mean that I did not think. I simply just let it flow. I think this is just reflective of what I was feeling at the time. Like I said, when I was writing Catalina, I was going through a really tough time. It felt like I didn't have a place. And I think around this time was when Penacony. Yeah, because second chorus was after the Zhenzhou Lofu, and then we were just about to start the Penacony patch. The Penacony patch started. Penacony, with its side quests, emotionally destroyed me in like a good way. Like, you have to destroy before you can rebuild kind of a thing. There is a side quest with a character named Kokona, who I swear to God was like a 1-to-1 experience with my IRL life, and I was kind of living through the end of that story, where, she doesn't want to live anymore because no matter what she did, she couldn't make anyone happy, even though she was doing her best. And it's like, also she had trouble with communicating. Like, she was very abrasive with her words, because she didn't know how to communicate better, or she didn't understand how to communicate. So it was very ADHD. It was very so there are two types of ADHD. The type of ADHD I have is the inattentive type. It had a lot of flags that were akin to that experience. I bawled my eyes out basically. Around that time was when I wrote the bridge, because it's just saying, like, despite everything, people don't want to give up, myself included, which is the part where it says, I knew of nothing when I woke up at the start, because I didn't ask to be born, but I was born. I knew of nothing when I woke up, and I can hear them calling out for one more shot, like, give me one more chance. Call upon the eons as the eons came to pass. I just thought it was, it sounds, what was it, mirroring or simile, or just like the
simile-ish.
Simile-ish, yeah. Like the enunciation, the pronunciations are exactly the same, but they mean very different things. Eons refer to gods. Eons, the second one refers to age, like time, like long swaths of time passing. We call upon some kind of divine force when we're in times of struggle, especially, or in times of great thanks. And there's this, and I was personally wondering, is like, what is fate, and what is of my own choosing, so to speak. Path in this context refers to that choice, because a path or path striders, or those who decide to take a specific path with a capital P, mean that they are honoring a specific eon. So the hunt refers to the Rainbow Arbiter, which is what most of the second planet honors. The third planet, with the most recent one, Penacony, that one refers, without spoilers, it refers to Shipe, or the Harmony. So those that stride on the path of harmony prioritize peace and diplomacy and no war. They're very anti-conflict. So that's what the path refers to, because everybody has a different path and they all stand for different things, and that defines what their moral compass and stuff like that are. Someone's like, is that something? And that's the constant choice. Are you born into that path, or do you choose that path? And both sides are explored in the game, so I just figured it's like, this is both a way for me to vent my emotions and also being relevant to the game. But yeah, this part was surprisingly very smooth to write, and it was very cathartic to write. All right, so with that out of the way, I included the liner notes just for the submission, but basically, I think it's just easier if I read it out. I'll try to keep it short. In October 2013, the comet called Catalina was visible in the night sky for one night only. As suddenly as she had grazed our stratosphere, she was just as sudden to leave. An abnormal streak in the night sky, her twin tails forced us all to take a pause from our daily lives and ruminations, even for a moment, over the span of a 1.5-month-long visit. The Astral Express, to me, is very similar to the Catalina comet. They follow a rail that has predetermined for them prior to their formation, and every planet that they land in is nourished with catalysts for change, like how carbon rains down from Oort cloud comets. I believe that any sentient being is offered opportunities to grow with the arrival of something far greater than themselves. Be it otherworlders or our neighbors, no one can truly evolve on their own. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Most people I've spoken to about Catalina don't remember her appearance. They were the ones that didn't stop to pause and look at the sky for her emerald twin tails. Kind of like how not everybody on a visiting planet knows of the arrival of the Astral Express's crew. It's a bit of a special experience, no? Sentient beings understand love, and therefore understand loneliness. Poor Catalina lost her way for a bit from her main Oort cloud during her passing in Earth's orbit. Was she scared? Was she rebellious? Was she seeking something that the Oort cloud could not provide? Would she have wanted us to remember her? The Trailblazers of the Astral Express remember everyone that they encounter on their journey, because those people have left a mark on them as much as they did. I think if Catalina had a soul, she would want to be remembered too. And then the rest just refers to the specifics that we just went over. So there we go. That's the song itself. I am now going to hand it over to Sai and Kisaki to talk about how they decided to produce the track.
All right.
There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. How do we start this?
Can I actually just like chime in on the lyrics part?
Yeah, sure.
For you, Altair, you know, because like the bridge, surprisingly, was actually my favorite part to sing. Because like also I think it was like one of the later demos that was like the middle ground between the initial one last year and then here,
yes,
and then the one that we just released. I heard that bridge, and I think that was the part that really like made me want to like join the collaboration. Cause like the reason why is cause like I felt like everything came to full circle, lyric wise. So it's like when especially for bridges, when a lot of people write one, they don't do it as much now than before. When it makes sense and when it's done right, to me, that's one of the reasons how it makes a good song. So it's like, because of that, I'm like, okay, I am sold. It makes sense. It's a full story in this one. I want in.
I mean, thank you. That makes me happy.
So that's why I was quite surprised when you said that you when you dissociated when you wrote that one. I think it may have boiled down to instinct probably when you wrote it.
Yeah. Well, instinct, and also I started songwriting when I was in middle school out of a need to express myself because there weren't many people in my life wanting to listen to me. So I think, yeah, part of it is instinct from just having done it for so long, but also I've trained to write in a way where I have to really let go of the reins to get the good stuff out. I have to trust the process, kind of a thing. So I think that was a moment where I trusted the process. Yeah, thank you though. I really appreciate
I just feel I just thought that like a lot of new singer-songwriters, they can't really do that like in the moment. So that's why I felt like like this is kind of like a thing where as songwriters that we have to like let our let our hands write or let our fingers type out the lyrics in this case. So it's like not a lot of people have that. I find that it's like it's like a hidden gem. So please hold on to that when you can.
Oh, thank you.
Like seriously, it's a little bit dire right now.
Oh no.
So yeah, I know.
Why do you think that is?
That much I can say. That much I can say for now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
how did you two do?
I think it started with you, Sai, on that one.
Yeah. So, it started with Altair and I just kind of catching up and breaking some silence and talking. And then Altair mentioned this project, Catalina, for the multiverse vistas. And the timing was honestly, it felt so meant to be.
I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, like lyrically and where I was in life, where life was taking me. It felt right. It felt like this is something that's supposed to happen. So then Altair sent me a 5-minute demo of him singing with an acoustic guitar, and I'm like, all right. And then not long after, Kisaki joined, which was really awesome.
We were
because Altair and I, well, without mentioning it, Altair and I were thinking the same thing. Like we were both thinking Kisaki.
Yeah.
Kisaki.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Yeah. We both, I was like, can I ask Kisaki? He's like, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah. So like right off the bat, like we were building some really good momentum. The demo you sent was in D flat.
Yes.
Yeah, so I bumping it up to D, just it felt right.
Also, it's easier.
Yeah.
I should mention just really shortly, anything in my demos is that way just because I don't have the skill. I don't know any chords. That's all I know. Anyway, continue.
I mean, I wouldn't take that as a negative thing because like in the demo it used a lot of excuse me, I just had something that had oil in it, so it's a little phlegmy. But I have water. Shh, I'm okay. My community always make sure that I am hydrated, so it's thanks to them that my gut health is good.
Oh yeah.
Good.
But like, I think because the chord progression is like very generic and it loops, right? Because of that, I felt like ironically we didn't have to stay in a box because with those chords that you gave us, it's like, okay, how about we switch things around, like maybe take a detour and then come back to where the most important motifs are. So that was one of the things. And also bumping it to D, like it was a no-brainer. The only worry that I had personally is whether Alti was able to sing the high notes.
Yeah.
That's what.
And to your credit, you killed it.
Thank you. I think I just lied down after that recording.
I also thought like at that time I was like maybe instead of D we could just bump down to C instead, because it's basically the same amount of steps just going backwards. And then I remembered that the first demo that you sent last year, it was quite low, like very, very low. You wrote that like 3 steps lower, so it was very low for you, but it felt easy for me. So it's like in the back of my mind, it's like, why did we not put this into B flat major instead?
You know what?
And I realized I thought of that after we finished the arrangement. Funny enough.
I'm glad we didn't though, because it hits different. It really does. I've tried pitching it down personally just for like the self cover, but like as I was playing around with it, I'm just like, no, it has to be D. Also, let me just make a quick break. Knock, thank you for the compliment about the vocals. Murasaki, hello. I'm guessing
Murasaki.
you're from Kisaki's. Okay, got it. Also, Chisaku, hi. Otsukare. Otsukare-sama. Take your time, don't worry. Yes, clocking into being my mod. Thank you. But yeah, I just my 2 cents in this. I would have said no if you want to change it down to like a B flat or C anyway. I'm just like, nah. This sounds good. I like this one.
I mean, like, I'm glad that I didn't ask, because B flat, it definitely had a different kind of vibe, and that one suited more for like an acoustic setting, whereas D was like inherently more bright and more grand scale, which is what we needed. So it worked out in the end. There's no need to worry about that.
Yeah. So the approach that I took to the process was I established the chords that Altair used initially, and then I stepped into changing the chords, and Kisaki really pulled through and brought order to my chaos with that.
She brought order to a lot of her
Well,
chaos.
let me tell you, MIDI chords are never easy.
Yeah.
Generally MIDI chords are never. They're usually not the most intuitive, because you need some level of music theory to understand.
Yeah.
And then when you add like being able to read MIDI signals on top of that, like, it's a lot. So I honestly, like, I didn't mind at all. I find, like, because like we had a common goal, we just had to get there faster, and then I was able to give you that push.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Anytime. Seriously.
Yeah, right off the bat, I knew that I wanted to spend a lot of time changing the chords and adding modulations. And Kisaki and I bounced off of, we bounce off of each other fairly well. Which was another reason why I was so excited that you were part of the process and just part of this project as a whole.
Also, like, the reason why I thought of modulation in the first place is because, like, it's super common in J-pop records or like anime records, right? So it's like, why not put some of that, apply that here? And then I thought of like, okay, we're in D. We could have gone to C. So I was like, fuck it. Can we do both?
Yeah.
And it was possible. It ended up being
Yeah.
possible. Funny enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even just outside of key changes, like in like that, at the end of the chorus, you know, instead of going to the A, the please try, you know, we bumped that up to B flat, and it added. I know. I'm sorry, Altair.
I find it such a bitter. It was like a bittersweet touch.
Yeah,
at that part, yeah.
It really grasped onto that wistfulness that this song makes me feel. And it's that longing, that, you know, reaching feeling, and yeah, just the lyrics alone really made it easy to grasp onto that feeling. So once again, well done, Altair.
Like we had to live. Our role is basically we had to make sure that the arrangement and chord progressions, it matches with the meaning of lyrics, and like not a lot of songs they do that, because pop records is so generic, so that's why they make so many generic chords. But then things like this, especially in games, I find more in particular that they're very particular, and like they're very purposeful on like how they structure everything, because it had like the lyrics and the chords had to go hand in hand, or else it loses its impact, it loses its thematic weight of the entire thing. So we had a lot to live up to, Alti.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You guys made it better. I don't know what you go. Okay, from my perspective going into this, I only know I know very limited chords. I still don't understand music theory. I'm trying to learn.
It's okay.
But,
it's okay.
But like, this is why like I knew I could trust you and side with it, because you two understand how I work and what kind of stuff I make. So I can be like, you know what I'm trying to do. You have the expertise. I can just trust you two with it. And I was ready to. It turned out amazing.
That's a lot of weight.
Sorry,
I trust you. Just dumps the whole weight on. Like,
I'm hoping. I'm trying to learn more so that I can just give more reference points instead of just being like, hello, do all the work for me, thank you very much, which is not fair, I will admit.
Honestly, I think the references still help a lot. Like a lot of artists, they use references as opposed to like making their demos these days. So it's like it's fine, it worked out.
Yeah. So the references, Altair sent the references. I listened to them, and I immediately knew the soundscape that I wanted. Like I wanted it to be very spacey, very vast and big. Excuse me.
Oh no.
It's a lot, I know.
Yeah.
Me too, fam. I'm trying to hold it in.
I knew that this was going to be a very, very cathartic and significant project right from the get-go. So I had three things to work off of. I had the references, I had the demo, and then that little motif that you sent me that you wanted in the beginning and at the end. Yes, talking is hard. Oh, get it together, Sai.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, to give you an idea of how dense and big the instrumental is by itself, I was working with well over 100 tracks by the end of it.
Please.
I thought it was 80.
Nope.
Did it
Nope.
end up being over 100? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, Altair sent me a 5-minute demo, and I went and made it almost 7 minutes.
Okay, we need to mention this. Your background is in progressive rock. Like, we were before your hiatus. We were working on a 17-minute track together.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, this is how Sai's brain works. Also, I see Murasaki is asking for a link of the song. We are going to play the original song at the end, because there's another announcement that has kind of been hinted at in the Twitter already. So you can either wait till then, or you can take a look in Astromal's channel. I think Nock tried to give the link and it's just not showing up on my chat. I don't know. Thank you for trying. Chisaku, if you want to put the link in yourself as mod, you can totally do that too. 17-minute track, did I hear that right? Yes, Trains, you heard that right.
Yep. Oh
That's
yeah.
the nature of progressive rock.
Yep.
Yes.
And it is a great 17-minute track. We hope we'll see the light of day soon. But
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue, because I have never composed anything that has sounded remotely like this. Like, this is the most like synth heavy. It's very pop, but there's still that like rock feel to it. You know, the two most cathartic parts were the bridge going into the guitar solo, and then the ending where it kind of slows down and you kind of just start to cruise and float a little bit, and then like an interruption, a scene change where the sound cuts off and you're just in this vast expanse of space. Yeah, it hits me.
Okay.
Told you, Alti.
Oh my
The
god.
bridge.
The bridge. Ah!
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. But I also need to give my perspective on this too. So there was a 2-3 year gap, I think, between Sai and I talking to each other, because we were both trying to just figure our shit out. And then we finally reconnected. It had been so long since I heard Sai playing his guitar, just shredding on his guitar, just doing whatever the heck he wanted to do on his guitar. I nearly cried when I first heard the test. I'm just like, oh my god, he's back. Also says, when I heard the guitar solo the first time, that shit gave me life.
Thank you so much.
Chisaka says, that
Chisaka.
guitar solo made me hit the gasm button.
Thank you guys, really. That for me, like this project was like me breaking my silence, but that guitar solo was me yelling. So it really
I think you made your mark in this one, that's for sure, because it's so because you feel so deeply connected to it.
yeah.
So it shows in the guitar solo, that's for sure. And I'm glad you
thank
added, because
you.
it would not be a side production without it. Hello.
You got that right. If you ask me to produce a song, you bet your ass I'm putting a guitar solo in.
I'm waiting.
It's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. You're right. Yeah. Now it says, I was ascended and mentally screamed, he's so back! Chisaku says, I could spend like an hour breaking down every second I enjoyed with the song. Thank you so much, Chisaku.
Oh my gosh, I want to do a full production breakdown so badly
Please
of
do.
it.
Please do. I will
Yeah.
help edit
Yeah.
it.
All right.
But also, thank you for letting me play keys on this.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah,
Kisaki really, really like brought so much life and atmosphere with the keys. Really, like I conceptualized it, and you brought it home. You brought it full circle,
Yes.
and you did it like beyond exceptionally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got shivers from
Mainly
Ooh,
because,
okay.
mainly
Come on,
because,
Brain.
okay, here's the thing. In the beginning, we just had like chords, like block chords, like every like every bar. Like for me, it's tough because because usually I need something to keep me on time, especially if I end up not having access to a metronome when recording, especially for the vocals. So I needed like something to like keep it, like help me keep time as I do that. So it's like so there's that, and also mainly to like fill in the spaces, because like it's so dense, right? Like even from the pre at that point. And then I was like, okay, we need some sort of highs up here. So I was like, okay, I'll do the cheesy stuff in there.
Yes.
And then what
Embrace the cheese. Submit to the cheese.
and then what the most haunting thing that happened in that bridge, because like at one point it was we changed from like a major chord into a minor chord. In that bridge, I was trying to find out how I can like modulate through my keys, and then for some reason my hand just moved, bum 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 bum. I'm like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, got that, and then I recorded it, sent it to you, and I was like, do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah, that, like, even you mentioning that gave me chills. Like,
Oh wait,
it's
what? Which part?
the where it modulates to a minor chord. The like,
Mhm,
oh,
yeah.
that's, oh, man.
I actually got that
Yeah.
idea from. Where did I get that? No, I got that idea from Yoshiki featuring Hide, Red Swan. Yeah, I got that idea because I was like just playing around with trying to learn how to play it, and I heard that kind of modulation progression. I'm like, ooh, could that work with Catalina? Let's try.
Yes.
So
Yes, it can.
so we essentially stole that idea.
No, we didn't steal.
It's
got
inspiration.
Inspiration,
Yes.
exactly.
We appropriated it.
No.
Or I guess like we borrowed it, kind
We
of.
sampled it.
Sample. That's the professional term for it. Yes, we
We don't
sampled.
steal, we sample.
We sample. It's not big enough of a sample where we have to report it either.
Yeah, exactly. You literally can't report chord progressions.
Exactly.
So you can't get
Yeah.
sued for it. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
And if they
And
do,
that
then
makes
they're
it
idiots.
okay.
Just listen, there are only so many vocal progressions you can do that actually sound
Right?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah,
but
man,
I really
I
like.
can-
I really like that. I really like how it happened. Really glad that it did. Because like
Yeah.
otherwise, it wouldn't really build up to this like huge chorus that you put it all together, Sai. Because like we needed some sort of like momentum.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. So, projects like these, you work with deadlines, and that's something that really helped me out. And initially, we were moving pretty fast. And within just a few days, we had the structure, we had the rough instrumental, And I hit a wall,
Mm-hmm.
and I was it was a big learning experience for me to, you know, step away and take a break and not burn myself out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just this frustration of like, why is the thing not doing the thing that it's supposed to do? You know, it's not, you know, it felt like nothing was lining up, and I got super overwhelmed.
Was it like for the whole production, or was it just like one section or a couple of them?
It was the overall thing,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was just this moment of no, this is all wrong. Like scrap the whole thing and start over. You know, this existential crisis of a song.
Oh no.
That stopped my heart for a moment.
Oh no.
That just like seized my heart for a moment. I'm like, oh no, Sai! You're letting your conscience beat you.
And
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I know where Sai's coming from because I was like that when I was making my comeback too. Because you in your brain, you know that if you're just looking at the overall count, you've been doing this for like X amount of years, it's been over a decade, you should know how to do this. That's what you tell yourself. You should know how to do this.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, you took 3 years off. You took 3 years off to pull your shit together, to take care of yourself. And that's going to reflect in how you get back into the swing of things. Also, you're older now. I hate to say this.
Yep.
You're older. You're not gonna have the same level of stamina that you did when you were in your early 20s.
Yeah.
So I think I'm glad that you took that break, because A, you were ahead of schedule. You think you were like a week ahead of schedule. And B, you were already like 95% there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what really made it easy for me to step away. Was how much project I made, and it was a big learning experience on how to have compassion for myself.
For sure, yeah.
And really like turn this self-deprecation into a pat on the back. Because of how much because of how much progress I made in such a short amount of time. I was ahead of schedule. So I was able to take a few days off, let myself forget about it for a little bit, and then come back with a clear head and pick up where I left off, and, you know, find happiness and excitement even for where I left off at. So it was just one of those moments where you really get in your head, creatively,
especially when you were going at it for such a condensed amount of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it ends up being really easy to get to overthink.
Yeah. It I need to reconsider it left me reconsidering my workflow, because, you know, I was going at it days in a row for like 6-8+ hours, with like minimal breaks.
Yeah,
That is not good.
Auntie, you sound so proud when you should not.
No, I'm disappointed. I'm miffed.
I'm sorry, Dad.
That is not sustainable creative output.
No,
It is not.
Schedule your breaks in.
Yes. And now I know that.
Okay, good.
You know, it was, like I said,
Lessons
it was a
learned for
good
sure.
learning experience that I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really I have a lot of pride in how this project turned out.
As you should.
You know, I learned a lot. I tried a lot of new things, and it would not be what it is without the guidance from Altair and the support and assistance from Kisaki.
Anytime, we got your back.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything to add? Is there anything that you
feel
want
like,
us to go over?
I honestly feel like the feels that we got a lot of it came from you. Like, cause like now that you mentioned like the struggles that you had, and then like really plowing through both before and after, like I think it ended up showing, in my opinion. So take pride, albeit a little unhealthy, but take pride for sure.
Yeah. This is the most emotionally articulate I've ever been in a piece of music.
Hell yeah.
You're probably gonna get more of that in the future.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wolf! Sai has a doggo! Sai has a really cute doggo! Sai has a really cute, good doggo. He's very big though, but he's very cute. I think he's a black Labrador. What? He's cute.
Great Dane Black Lab mix.
Great Dane Black Lab mix. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful doggo. It's just roof. I will
chill out.
I think that kind of wraps up
Okay.
what I personally wanted to say for in terms of production, but like I'm glad that Sai pulled through.
Me too.
Yeah, it while I didn't sing or anything, I said exactly what I needed to say in the production through the production of the song.
Like I think I need you to realize, like, from my eyes, when the time came around to build the team for Catalina, you had to be producer. Especially when I found out, I was like, oh, you're back. Excellent. Because just from the times where we were talking throughout the past few years, we were charting a similar course. In the words of, I guess, Himeko from HSR, she'd say we were charting a similar course through the stars. And so I knew if anybody was going to understand the emotions behind the song, even outside of HSR, it was going to be you. It's just, bonus points if you do happen to know HSR, because like there are references to it, but you got them. Because at the core of it, it's like, what did the emotion of that story drive? And and you got it. So I'm very glad and very proud of you.
Everyone, please give Sai the love and respect he deserves.
Yes. I will.
Thank
I
you.
will chop your heads off if you don't.
Your words really melt my heart.
Oh,
Thank you for trusting me with this seriously.
Oh, thank you for taking it seriously. Let's move on to let's move on to the mix, because that's when the vocals. Hi Rias, how you doing?
Oh my god. The vocals.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to find the exact tweet that I saw.
Which one? The one about
I think you posted on Twitter that was like, oh yeah, do we have mixers perhaps?
Oh yes, that one. So yeah, what happened was, at the beginning it was just me, Sai, and Kisaki confirmed, but I knew that Sai was gonna put all of his energy into the production. Kisaki, I didn't want to make her do any more work than she needed to do, and I knew she was gonna be helping us a lot anyway. And I'm terrible at mixing. Originally, I was gonna ask Now first, because Now is the other half of Astral Mile, and I'm used to working with them. But the deadline was just too close for them. They usually need a lot more time to mix projects. Even with our Catalina cover, I ended up doing the mix for that one, which I don't know how Rias did it. I really don't. Well, we'll look at that later tonight. It premieres at 6:15. We'll look at it then. But I put out a post because also I needed help with the music video because there are some aspects, and Ziona will get into this later, but there are aspects that my PC just cannot handle. I cannot do 3D camera. I cannot do certain post-processing effects. I cannot do puppeting, and I knew we needed puppets for this one. So I put out a post saying, actually no, it's too far back. I can't look for it.
I found it.
You found it?
They put it in general.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let me.
It's really funny.
Where are you posting it? Where are you putting it?
In VC chat.
In VC chat. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's here. I need to just copy. I need to print screen this, and I'll put this onto the actual thing. And then I'll put it into the document here. So basically, God, this is so slow. Why is it so slow? Did I press Control C on accident? Oh, to you fucking dumbass.
Actually, my favorite part of this whole thread was that when you said both Sai and I are stamina nerfed. And Kisaki's are coming from an intense workload, which was true. So we'd love to have some young blood work with us.
I wrote it at the bottom of the post. I totally forgot. Yeah, no, I was just like, listen, we're all in our 30s, or at least late 20s. We need some help.
I looked at it, and I looked at the tweet, and I was like, oh, Altair is trying to do a project. Oh, it's Honkai Star Rail. I know nothing about Honkai Star Rail. And then I saw need young blood, and I was like, oh, I'm young. I can do this.
Fresh meat.
Like, all I did was type mixer, because it was really funny, because you literally said, please reply with demos and estimated turnarounds, and all I typed was mixer document.
Because I've worked with you before. I know your portfolio. We were also working on Song of the at the same time, I think, if I remember correctly, or like.
Oh, it wasn't even done yet.
No, it wasn't done. But like we were working on a yet to be released track.
Yeah. So I know you knew my portfolio, but I thought it was really funny that you were like, oh yeah, reply with all of these things, like put in your job application and your cover letter, and I just typed mixer.
It's okay. I had your report. That's all that matters. Okay, continue. Yes, you were saying.
The other people didn't stand a chance.
Who said that?
The chat right now.
Oh my god.
Turn into a running joke. Let's
Join
go.
in on that.
Mixer.
Get in on that while it's still fresh.
Guys.
I'm just gonna comment that under all of Altair's posts from now.
Oh my god.
Everyone eat. Eat.
Okay, you were saying.
It was just really funny because like I also just when I got to Discord, because you were like, oh yeah, DMD on Discord, and I just typed multiverse mix dot
Oh
dot
yeah,
dot.
you did. You also, it literally was the rat pointing with the human finger emote.
Yeah, I love that even so much.
Okay, so
Yeah, you sent me the. I'm not gonna lie. When you sent me the pre-chorus, I think at the first time, and then
yes,
and then I said, oh yeah, that looks fun. DM me and I'll hop in. And if I'm being completely honest, the moment I saw that, I was like, oh god. This not because the thing was bad already, but like because I could tell how full the song was gonna be, and I was like, how am I gonna fit in the vocals into that?
Listen, when you said mixer ... I assumed you knew what you. Okay. Here's the thing. Maybe this is I just assume people know that when I say I'm working on an original project, that it is going to be similar in scale to maybe a larger Astral Mile project, where there's gonna be a lot going on. There's gonna be a lot of harmonies because I'm used to having now do like 5 tracks of harmonies for stuff.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. You barely knew now because like you were just collaborating with us, and most of the like actual conversations were happening between you and me, like in DMs and stuff. That was on me. I forgot to mention also that Sai also does a lot of progressive rock, and it's gonna be a really big track.
Like after I already DM'd you though, I was like, oh, this is probably fun. Like I could try this. And then I joined the server. I waited for like all the tracks to be finished, and every time I saw a new draft, I was like, wow.
Just wow.
Wow.
This is awesome. This is great, but I'm scared. I'm so scared. And I want you guys to know, because when I got all the tracks, I think there were 24 vocal tracks total.
Oh, yep.
There were 24 vocal tracks, and then a lot of it was like there's like 20 tracks playing at the same time over an already loud instrumental. So I got a little bit scared.
Sorry.
Also, like, it's also on my part to say that like when it comes to like my own vocals, or that I do, or like I or like I make a guide for vocals, it's like, okay, there's gonna be a main, there's gonna be some doubles, there's gonna be a good stack of harms, and then there's gonna be another stack of back vocals. So maybe we should have told you before. And it slipped my mind, so it's like, oh
no, don't say.
It's really funny because I vividly remember like hearing the drafts, because usually like I would get a Discord ping because I kept the pings on in that server. And then I'd see like, oh, they finished a new draft, and like I'm literally coming home on my commute, I put my earbuds in, I listen to it, and I'm like, oh, this is probably gonna be good. Like I hear like 2 main vocals, a few harms. I did not know at the time. But yeah, it was really fun working with it. I think your lines are very fun to work with, or the lyrics are very fun to work with. I thought the chanting was really cool, and at that point I already had a lot of experience working in like large chorus chants. So that was really fun to add in. It was really funny actually, because Altair's voice I mixed, I think 7 times. Because we couldn't figure out how to get it right.
Oh, the eternal struggle. Oh.
We couldn't figure out how to get it right. And eventually I think you told me, yeah.
It's it's infamous. So I think I've even stumped Plixer with my voice before.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So for context, Night Train was not mixed by Plixer, even though he had provided piano for it a long time ago. I believe Now was the one that mixed that track, if I remember correctly. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It was either one of us. I'm pretty sure it was Now, because they're used to mixing my voice. They had an entire year to figure it out. And then I just keep learning as my voice changed because of the HRT. So I have been a little spoiled by Now, but I will say, like, it's not the first time I'm hearing people being like, oh, I don't know what to do with your voice. I don't know I don't know how to EQ your voice. I don't know how to, or like they'll send me a demo and I'm just like, well, I feel like you overprocess my voice, or you cut out like a lot of the huskiness in my voice, or it sounds very nasally in this voice, and whereas everyone else sounds perfectly fine. Most people would give up. I have had paid producers give up. So for Rias to still hang in there and be willing to learn, I greatly appreciate it. So you all should really hire him for your mixed stuff.
Oh, I'm getting
100%.
chilled. Wonderful. I can't believe I'm getting chilled in the post-production stream.
What? No, you don't say.
No, it was really funny actually, because I vividly remember at one point that we had cut the entire high range because of what's the word?
Oh, my
What's the thing you
misophonia.
had?
My
Yeah, your
misophonia.
misophonia. Yeah. We cut like most of the high end because of your misophonia, and it was like, oh yeah, the sounds are really harsh. And then we had to bring it back because it didn't work with Kisaki's vocal. So we had to figure out like a middle ground.
Kind of what we get for not using my usual microphone.
Yeah, that
no.
too. Oh, I forgot that happened too. Yeah, because like he used a microphone that she no longer uses.
No, and it's not that. Like the vocals that that were used in the mix, I'm actually speaking into it right now. It's my streaming microphone. But then
that makes sense.
But then like at that time I was so busy and I didn't have time to go to like my regular recording site with my actual voice like vocals microphone. I didn't have time to bring it home either. So it's like, okay, we're stuck with this and on my setup with no treatment whatsoever. So it's like, okay, might as well go for it. So and because of that, and then I was like hearing through the grapevine on like the struggles that's been going on with like the vocal mix in general. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have used this one.
Oh no.
No, it's actually really funny because before I started VTubing and before I started working with VTuber clients, I also mostly only mix studio vocals. But after I started taking on like VTuber and content creator commissions, most of them don't actually have like a full recording setup or a separate microphone that works better for vocals.
Yeah.
So I actually had learned a lot of tricks to tame like the harsher sounds of a lower budget mic. And I think it worked out for the most part. Like there were a couple of things that I still wish I could have fixed a little bit better if I look back at it, but like I do think that it didn't end up being a problem.
Okay, phew. Crisis
Yeah.
averted.
Crisis.
Oh,
it's fine then.
Well, kind of. Part of me feels a little guilty when using this, when I know that anyone who has access to like a better mic can use it and then they don't. It's like missed opportunity though at the end of the day. That's the kind of mentality that I already had. So
But we also need to remember with this project in particular, everybody was pressed for time. I don't know why they decided to make this contest run during the busiest month for a lot of creators.
that is true, yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god, conventions and more conventions and another convention.
I think like Rias and I were Rias, Kisaki and I were all going to like a convention on the same weekend, but like I think Kisaki and I were the same one, but you were a different convention. But it was the exact same weekend. So we're just like, we're not gonna be able to work on this on the last week. We need to get this done before the vacation. And I think we still ended up being a little bit delayed, but I don't know, it got done. So yeah, it's like don't worry about it. But, considering the circumstances, it was one of the best case scenarios.
Fair
I
enough.
think it still came out very, very nice and at the end of the day. And I will say, I didn't know that Psy did prog rock, which is really funny because the techniques that I had to use to make space for the vocals were techniques that you'd use for something like prog rock. I didn't know that until like after we finished that you do prog rock.
Oh shit, that makes sense now.
Like, oh, this makes so much sense now. You love to fill the entire sonic space.
Yes.
Full circle.
Yes. I see the grid and I put everything everywhere.
If your EQ grid isn't flat, what are you doing wrong?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I love
It was
how-
actually really funny because usually like if you have an instrumental, a lot of the people that upload their instrumentals online usually upload a mastered version that's already done. So that if someone covers it and then you master the track at the end, it sounds a little bit different than the original because you have to master it essentially twice, right? But very often, like it is pretty often that I still get to work with people that like made the instrumental, and then I'm working on the original version of it.
Mhm.
So I was just telling myself, okay, I'm gonna tell Sai, like, hey, I'm gonna master this at the end. You're gonna tell me if there's anything hidden that you wanted to bring out a little bit more. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to make a lot of space for this. And then you didn't say anything. You were like, oh yeah, this all looks good. Actually, the guitar solo is a bit quiet. And I was like, oh, yeah, you can just send a new version with the stronger guitar solo.
Yeah, with the guitar solo, like I mixed it outside of the context of vocals being in the front. So initially it was just like way quieter compared to the vocals, and I'm like, that needs to be bumped up.
Yeah, because we realized that the entire guitar solo, there's no vocals in front of it, but it was mixed like they were, or the volume was done.
Oh, I see.
As if there were gonna be vocals on top.
I see. I see.
Yeah, so we just quickly re-exported that, like bumped it up 3 decibels or something, and then put it in, and then it fit well because nothing changed. nothing else changed. It had no effect on anything else. It just worked perfectly in there.
Oh, thank goodness.
It, like I said, everything works out. Everything works out. I trusted all of you. So there are times where I was stressed over myself, which I think. Reese, did you have anything else to add to it, or is that all you had to say for the mix?
No, I think like there were a couple of things that I was initially scared of, or like worried about, and then it ended up working out like just fine. Which, you know, trust the process.
Trust the process. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Then
The amount of times I told myself that. This whole thing.
Me too. I'm just like lying down in bed. It's like, this will all work out. This will all work out.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process.
I saw a tweet actually recently. I don't remember who tweeted it, but it was like, when do you stop trusting the process and then kill your darlings?
When the deadline is a little too close for comfort, that's when you dial it in. But usually the result of those kind of issues is because we want things to work 100% our way, but that never works out that way. It's just trusting the process just means being okay with however it does get done, right? So that's when trusting the process stops working when you're no longer trusting the process. You're expecting things to work a different way than how things will just kind of fall into place, because things will fall into place, and if you trust it enough, it will work out, like this song for instance. But yeah, just because we are a little bit short on time, because I do want us to go through the comment section as well near the end. I saved responding to all the comments just so we can all go through them together. Zaya and I are gonna talk a little bit about the music video first, which I think now would be a good time to open it up. Let me just. I didn't save the link for. Fuck. Don't mind me. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing it here. I can just open up another window that you guys don't have access to. Here, let me just do it like this. YouTube. And then I'm gonna go to Catalina. Okay. Oh! Okay, I guess it's also almost a good time to make the next announcement, which will be at the end. Hello? Can you please work? Oh my god. We're short on time. Oh. Okay.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Okay, there we go.
I love when things work.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the video on. Done. Let me just make sure it's aligned with the stream as well, so you guys can actually see it. So, I guess we can just talk over it. Well, let me just double check the volume levels up here, make sure it's just barely audible. So much of this video near the end had to be found footage, but I guess we can start here. So this portion here was frame by frame animation, and done in, I use Clip Studio Paint EX for these things, I basically exported it as... I forgot to export it as an alpha, so it had a background. So I basically had to put a purple tinge over everything on top of like filter work that was done in After Effects. But yeah, a lot of these parts were done over the span of a month, I think. But they were done with the intention of... Like, I almost scrapped 75% of this video. I would do the work and I'm just like, I don't like it. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Or like...
I mean, a lot of it did get scrapped anyway.
True. Well, I mean, yeah, there... You're right. So there was supposed to be another frame by frame. So 75% of the video was supposed to be frame by frame, but it just wasn't done in time. I'm only one guy, and I had to deal with my fibromyalgia pain because it is very intensive on the body. So I had to make this sketch really last minute because the original plan didn't work. Let me see if I still have it. There is another... So I sent a lot of whips, and I don't know if I actually deleted this or not.
Because we were like, okay, this part's gonna be 3D camera, this part's gonna be this, and then the chronic illness was chronic illness.
Yeah, for both of us at the same time. Because we also had other projects running at the same time. I unfortunately deleted the video, but basically, I will upload it separately as like a video on like YouTube and whatnot. But it was a loop where individually Stell and Kailis were having changing facial expressions while their clothes and hair was whipping around in the wind. And I managed to get Stell's done. And by then I realized A, my body had hit its limits, and B, I was running out of time. So it just stayed in its like pre-keyframe state, and it never saw the light of day until whenever I decided to upload it. So like Zaya and I were talking about just like, how do we do this? How do we emulate? Especially near the end, I at least wanted the ending to have a lot of impact. I was like, we need to make the ending move at the very least. And so I said like, does this work? Can we make this? What if I did this? And like Zaya, bless their soul, was just like nodding around. I was like, I can help you do that. I can help you do that the entire time. The issue was me.
I was like, okay, we're changing the plans. Whatever we're doing now, I'll do it. What are we doing?
So props to Zaya, 100% for putting up with my bullshit. Until finally we decided on. So basically everything else was using the sketches that I wanted to clean up otherwise. Until finally we hit this part. The puppeting just adds to it. And also, it's no longer just sketched lines, it's a full illustration that I meticulously cut up because I have...
Oh, you put it in so many pieces. I was like, oh, I thought it would be like a few pieces for the hair. No, it was like...
Each individual hair strand, yes.
Right?
For context, I was the one that worked on Nao's live 2D model, so I had experience cutting, and the rigger that we worked with was Chupuko, and Chupuko has a very meticulous way of rigging, so I was doing it. I got used to rigging and splicing for rigging in a way that Chupuko would work with. So anyway, how was your process with the puppeting?
I was like, I do not have time to keyframe every single piece of hair. So that's why I was like, I'm going to pull the big brain move of puppeting this with none keyframes. And I just used the JavaScript in After Effects, and just put a fucking sine wave in there. That's the big brain move, to, what's the word? You know, like, go back and forth, oscillate between the two values instead of like keyframing each one.
But you
just
still
offset it.
But you still ended up keyframing like the eyes and the arm.
Yes.
Yeah, and also
That's
the
it.
jacket.
Those are the actually not the arms, just the eyes.
Just the eyes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The arms are also on their own little sine wave.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. See, I'm not that big brain. This is why I take forever to get projects done. I don't understand things like JavaScript and whatnot, so that's why it is very important to me, especially now that I am 31. I need help getting stuff done. That would involve needing to be more big brained and think out of the box than traditional methods of just doing everything manually. So that's why I really appreciated your work, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't, because the original plan was to have like Zaya do a lot of like 3D camera motion and stuff too, but I just couldn't prepare it in time. I'm just like, well, I could really fail my team right now, or we can just try to make this work. And so yeah, we made it work. The sprites, I think, still ended up taking the longest to do, I think just because she has long hair. But once Stell was out of the way, Kylus was done in maybe like 2 days, I think. And then while I was drawing Kylus, then Zaya was doing the puppeting and the rigging for Stell. And then by the time I started working on the rest of the music video, which was I think done in 2 days because we were just that short on time. We sprinted it in 2 days while I was doing the rest of the video.
2 days.
I love condensed.
But you killed it. We did.
Thank you. Hi Ella. Welcome. But yeah, it got done, and we should mention our. I'm at least open about I'm losing my words. Sorry. I had a lapse of function. My pain related chronic condition is fibromyalgia, and so that affects how long I can sit at a station and work on things for. This is also before I had my current routine. The current routine actually helps a lot with functioning. But I didn't have that when we were working on Catalina, and it's because I learned this routine while I was at my mom's place, like right after we finished Catalina, so it was a little too late. But I at least had that routine in place for when I was working on Song of the Seas music video, which is Rios' song. So thankfully, like it was again a learning experience for me as well. This was a really hardcore learning experience for everyone involved, I think. So
yeah, I mean, like, making anything while chronically ill is nightmarish.
Yes, 100%. Especially if you don't know what your body needs yet, because you're still trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. How did you figure it out, by the way?
I didn't.
Oh no! Because that's the thing. It's different for everyone. For me, it's just I had excess weight that I had to get off, so that's my thing. But I don't know what yours is.
I don't know. That's the bitch of it, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sure it is. Okay. Well, again, what's curry to everyone. For the next upload, since we're not so strapped for time next time, Zaya will most likely do most of the video work next time. Yeah, well. I'll still be storyboarding and whatnot though, because apparently that's just the best way we work, and that's cool.
We can be more ambitious. We can do all the fancy things.
Hell yeah! But at the same time, let's not push ourselves too hard either. Okay, so before we wrap up, let's just go through the comments. Let's start from sort by. I wanted to sort by newest first, so we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Dylan, who is Kisaki's talent, left a comment. Bless his soul. He was like, Kisaki with fire.
It's funny because he texted me while the premiere is on. He watched the premiere from his work, and he's like, can I comment on the video? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Just do it.
So cute. He's such a wholesome guy. Really talented singer-songwriter. Please go support his stuff, stream his stuff, follow him on TikTok. How is his TikTok doing? Because I thought we were discussing that for a while. It's picking up.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress, yeah.
Yeah. Reyes was the first to pose it. It's here. Core of Minus, thank you for the sobbing emote. I'm gonna do happy tears. It's just like kind of. It's the Japanese text emote of crying like naku naku. Wyvern VT, thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. Galinthius. He said, let's go! But the first time we had Astral Mile written as a favorite artist on someone's debut stream was Gally's, and we're just like, bless. Also, Zaya posted, good job everyone, I love you, we love you too. Saffron Silver just says, whoa. Whoa, thank you. Nacho is one of our mainstay astronauts. Like, he's kind of there always, and he said, I have to admit, this is a very different vibe than I expected coming from the 2023 version, but my lord, y'all knocked it out of the park. Halti's limit break, the harms in the final chorus, and especially the little fucking descending synth thing at 59 seconds all tickle my brain just right. I kneeled to y'all. Kneeling emotes.
That was you, Sai.
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
Yeah. Nacho was there during our premiere as well. Yeah. And Ainsley from Rios' community. Okay, so I normally don't watch music vids like this, but since Rios commented here and I saw that he made the mix mastering, obviously I came. But I didn't just come here just because of Rios. I want to thank everyone. I hope you all have a good time zone. I hope this becomes viral. I will wish on my birthday that this becomes viral. Again, thank you for the time you spent on this. Wish you all and everyone reading a good day, good night, or good time zone. Stay safe,
that's
everyone.
my outro. That's my outro.
Man,
Thank you,
really big
Ainsley.
Rios fan. Dang. It's very sweet whenever I happen to swing into chat too. So, are you leaving? If you are, then a good time zone. And it's very, very sweet. It says hello to everyone in chat as well. You made me, he's like, wow, Big Otsu, this brought me to tears. She also shouted us out in her server as well. Even though she entered the contest as well with Ian Chris's team, or Trick's team. They did the Aventurine theme song Risk It All. But Jairus also entered very last minute. I don't know how that man pulled it off, but he made a Big Bang Bossa Nova based around Penaconi's theme, and that was done I think within 24 hours. So Jairus says, this was very lovely, it's very professionally produced, absolutely stellar job for the entire team, wonderful visuals, music, vocalists, and overall production. This person, I know this person IRL. She does have a handle, but I don't want to dox her, so I will just say I see you. And she says, this was amazing, guys. You did such a great job with the little heart emoji. Thank you so much. Nisaba Galaxy, she says, this is not beautiful! So for context, you can tell by her name, Nisa is an astrophysicist. So she knew instantly, oh, it's just about the Catalina comet, and she was like really into it. She also saw all the references being made to the comet without even looking at the liner notes. She's like, I love this, I love the reference to this, and she was very, very sweet.
Oh my god.
Ellie, who we got to know from Abyss Idols. They're one of the main translators / lyricists for Abyss Idols, but they also entered with Pandora P's team, where I believe Aqua the VTuber was the vocalist for. I am currently helping them with their music video because unfortunately their animator had some issues. But Ali says, "Ellie, it is so pretty. Everything about it. What's it to everyone for such an amazing production? Cray face. String Theocracy. If I am understanding this correctly, is the moderator behind the Daily Kalis Twitter account, who gave this video a huge boost. Thank you so much again for the retweet and the love that you've shown for this video. We attracted all the Trailblazer fans from their retweet. But they said, I go on for years tweaking out over the composition and the lyrics, but this is so good. And this was the one I did reply to ahead of time. I said, we're not stopping you. I had to hear a response. I think it's just too time consuming. But yeah, Hiro Muse. Oh wow, this whole video sent shivers up my spine. You all did amazing work, everyone. Thank you so much. Simply Kill just left simply a heart. On brand. Spider She, aka Mommy Dami. She's an IRL friend and also a creator friend. That's why I'm able to say this. I literally keep coming back to this song. Every time I listen to this, I get so many goosebumps. Absolutely adore this song so much. Everyone did such a gorgeous job on this song. Thank you so much, Spider-She. Helper Bot, we got a Helper Bot comment, just like a little heart emote. Thank you. Kaylin Aldane, thank you for the comments. I literally spent all of my votes on this song every day I could. I love this song just so much. Thank you for throwing in 30 votes a day. Holy shit.
Oh my
God.
Wow. Also, thank you to everyone else who also voted for our song. We still made the top 50, I think, which is...
What?
Yeah, we're top 50 in popularity, which is insane.
Oh my god.
Entry with over 40k entries, I think. In music category had about 6k entries, I think, if I remember correctly. We did good, y'all.
That is insane.
I know. We did good, y'all. Like,
Goosebumps.
oh, me too. I was just like, are we?
Did we make the voting requirement?
No, just because the disparity between first and fourth place is like tens of thousands of votes in difference. But I mean, like, one of the entrants was Rita Kamishiro, who is like really popular VTuber. Pretty Pattern is also entered. As I mentioned earlier, Trick also entered. The team, the vocalists and songwriter behind Chalky also entered. There were a lot of big names. That was basically Plixer's team. Like, there were such big names that entered that I knew we weren't gonna get audience vote. Like, I at least knew that, but I wanted to take that as an opportunity for people to know we existed. And it worked. Like, people know we exist.
Can I say something real quick just about the voting? So our entry, as well as a handful of other entries, were missing.
Right.
Oh yeah. That.
So for the first 2 days,
we
you
had
couldn't
no votes,
our submission could not be found, and despite that, we still made it in the top 50, which is insane.
The first day is so important as well.
Yeah, but people came through because, like, at the end of the day, like, you can do the popularity contest, and that's honestly what I thought it was going into it. But when I saw the votes coming in for Catalina, I'm just like, oh, more than the popularity. If you make something that resonates with people's spirit, with people's emotions, that is enough. Like, people who don't know who we are.
And it proved it. Like, the voting really proved it.
It really did. And so, like, even though, we didn't get the first number of votes, I don't care. I don't care if we're not audience choice, because we still made top 50. And that's insane.
Yeah.
And before we get to the last comment here, just Sai left a comment that I pinned to the top because I feel like it reflects what we all wanted to say. Originally, I was going to type a long winded comment soaking with sentiment, but I realized that this project speaks for itself and nothing more needs to be said other than thank you. So thank you, everyone.
Well said, yeah.
And finally, the last comment was, please Spotify. And we did!
Wow.
Funny, you should ask! Catalina is now live on Spotify. Yes, look at this. Woo! It says pre-save, but like, it is currently live on YouTube Music, as well as I think Amazon Music. I had to double check. Spotify is usually the last to go up, but it is in submission. It's in process. It will be coming out under as an Astral Mile featured release. So it will be Astral Mile featuring Siam K1 featuring Arias Sander. Kisaki has specifically asked to be put in the liner notes instead. Did you want to go further into the details of that, or
It's essentially, it's nothing sensitive. It's just mainly like a rebranding thing, and Spotify is usually they're very steadfast on like a rebranding and then like putting all my stuff into a new place. But no, I had to put my foot down on like the name that I need to match my brand in the first place, because like initially they would not let me have all caps.
really?
Like when I released they did not want me to have that when I first released my debut EP. So like I was just sticking to the one that I have, but like thankfully by chance when I submitted Dylan's Sunset pack, which is a remix pack, and that was like the first release that I was like the featured remixer, but then it went on to a different profile that had the branding that I wanted. So it's like it's sticky. It's quite sticky. So so then I talked with my workplace, and then they're like, you know what? Might as well go for it, especially when you know your sound now, and the kind of like artist that you're trying to market yourself to be. So then I sent quite a lot of emails back and forth with Spotify support, and it was only like yesterday that I was like, no, I ain't gonna put my foot down. I don't care about my stats. I don't care about my audience. Please move my stuff to the new one. And then they did within a few hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time. I just didn't really know how to I don't know how to be firm of my choices back then. And so it's like I think it worked out. Is right now it's it's currently in progress. It's going to take a couple extra days to get everything all set, but like I have my photos on the new profile now. It's just waiting to like transfer everything and make it clean. Only a matter of time, honestly.
Okay, that's good. But yeah,
I just didn't want Catalina to
get
it
lost.
was just really bad timing, honestly. I just didn't want Catalina to be caught up in it, and I wanted to make sure that has a very smooth release as possible. So it's like, let's not put my profile into the equation, and I'm perfectly okay with like as like an Astro Mile and like a collaboration that way. So it works out in the end. It's the way that I want.
Okay. Well, we are able to retroactively add artists as well too, so that's something we can discuss later once your situation's all like confirmed.
I'll think about it. It'll depend on like how much I want to be able to stay involved with LossNFound in the future, but we'll see. I'd say it'll depend on the future for that.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. Again, bad timing, sticky situation. Did not want Catalina to be caught up in it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping us in consideration.
I know. Now I know.
Holy.
Yeah. It was not fun back then.
No, yeah, it's just going back and forth with you as well. I'm just like, this sounds like a hot mess.
Spotify is, it's like a chokehold.
It's
honestly,
like you need like a label or someone to just be like, okay, yeah, I guess we can do it for you. Like with DistroKid, we got really lucky because we had everything branded that way to begin with. But I regularly see like pro artists I follow on Spotify as well being misattributed to the wrong artists. I'm just like, oh man. Anyway.
Yeah. It's another can of worms for another time. I'd rather not ruin the mood for it.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, no, it was just more just to explain, because when the Spotify release does come out, like it is gonna be clear that Kisaki's name is not on there. That's not true. We're still doing the splits equally. It's all just happening behind the scenes, and this is something we've discussed, and so everything is big fair. But yeah, so the link for it can be found the hyperfollow link can be followed in the description box of both the original Catalina release as well as the B-side premiere that's going to be coming out in a few minutes. I think I can also, if we wrapped up everything here, I can just flip it to an auto premiere instead of waiting until 6:15, which I did on just in case we went over. But we'll go in order. Let's start off with Sai. Like, any last words?
Thank you. No, again, this was something that felt meant to be, and I'm so glad that I got to have a part in it. So thank you again, Altair. Sincerely and truly, it moved me. It was a very moving experience, and I'm really excited to have my feet wet in this again.
I'm happy to have you back, fam. Okay, Kisaki, any last words?
Thank you.
Oh.
Well, let me start with that. First, like, if you hadn't poked me with the demo, or poked me to listen to it, then this would not have happened. So, thank you for making the stars align, literally.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, really glad that we were able to make this happen, and despite the challenges that happened along the way, I think we all ended up growing one way or another. And it's a lot because it's an unpaid project essentially. But we went in with low risk, but I think we got a high return. So yes. Definitely props to everyone for that.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
You've brought like your experience and your wealth of knowledge in the industry really shined in this project, and you took all of our really rough around the edges ideas and turned them and polished them into diamonds. And we could not have done this project without you. Everybody, obviously, everybody here, this project would not have happened without any of your guys' help. But I just again, thank you.
It was already a gem to begin with. Don't sell yourself short.
It was a very coarse gem. Thank you. Riz, any last words?
Subscribe to Astral Mile.
Oh my god.
Lucky and Psy MK1 and also Zaya on Twitter.
I'm gonna strangle you.
I'm very happy that you took the chance to accept the Mixer ... application. It was a ton of fun to work on it. I've cursed you with forever getting that commented on all of your tweets from now on, and I apologize for that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun working on this with everyone. I got to meet a lot of cool people because I only really knew LT before this project, and now I can confidently say that I have met more very wonderful and talented people that I am spamming messages to and asking collab. Song?
Yes.
Music? Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, congratulations on the cover release that is going to be soon, and also almost 1,000 subscribers. I wonder if we should do something about that.
Guys, it's okay. Please don't rush it. Don't
I
force
wonder
it.
if we should. I wonder if I should tweet that Astral Mile YouTube channel is very close to 1,000 subscribers.
Okay. Thank you. Genuinely speaking, though, and I know you're gonna run away from it because you don't like being in touch with your feels all that much in public, but it was such an ambitious project from a mixing perspective as well, and to just be like, I'll do it. Just shaking in your boots, like, yeah, I'll do it. Honestly, I am both incredibly thankful, and my respect for you as a musician and mixer as well. I also got to know you better as a result of this collaboration, and I can now confidently be like, I now have 2 mixers that I can confidently say I can trust with my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Zaya, any last words?
I'll be real. I'm like cooking right now. Like it's so hot. So I'll try. I'm trying to words. But thank you for having me. It was like everyone. I stan all of you so hard, and you all did such a good job. And I'm so happy. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, you lovely soul.
You sweet summer child. No, you. It was really nice to have a ally throughout the process too, because I'm so used to doing music video projects on my own, or like the artists have already done their work and they're just giving me their stuff and then I have to do everything on my own. This is maybe the first time in a while I was able to like actively work on it with someone, and you were just like the best company, and we're just gonna make even more stuff together in the future, and I cannot wait to.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and just like, you know, kick the chronic pain in its booty. Yeah.
Also, side note, Alti, maybe you should have like maybe it should be a consistent thing, like having someone actively with you when you work.
Oh yeah.
Because when you work on your own, I get worried. I get worried.
It's so helpful. It's honestly.
It really is. I've had to start a planner. I've had to start I started using Xtiles now because it's gotten good recommendations for ADHD people, and it's been so helpful. I can schedule days off now. But yeah, you're right. I think I shine the best when I'm not working alone, and especially if the people I'm working with are really, really cool and really, really talented. And so I want to say thank you to everyone who I worked with. Y'all really challenged my own thresholds, both physically, mentally, and creatively. That's not both. That's all. Anyway.
I enjoyed trauma bonding with most of you, you know, because.
Me too. But yes, don't worry about me. I got this. But yeah, thank you for the concern. I will continue to work with other people, especially since LossNFound, we do have more stuff planned in the future, even if it's just very slow releases or very periodic releases. This is just more our safe place to create things without having to worry about an algorithm and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and people can come and go. Not all 5 of us are gonna be on a single project. We might have some guests. We don't know. It's very, very casual. So, you know, no pressure. But I'm so glad that you guys were here for Catalina. I wouldn't have it any other way. Before we switch over to the premiere, one final note for me: the name LossNFound comes from the fact that we all had to lose something to gain and find ourselves more for. Be it small, be it big, be it somewhere in between, be it something that's been going for a long time, or be it something that happened like really, really suddenly. We all had some experience with it while leading up to Catalina, so I felt like it was a suitable name, and I think that's going to be the approach moving forward with our future releases as well. Just whatever we need, whatever no longer serves us, we're going to let go until we find ourselves anew. Alright, enough with the Shappy Shop. Let me get that link.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah,
Oh
babe.
god, I need to do it on another window because I don't need you all seeing the back end of our YouTube studio. Okay.
We're gonna get real behind the scenes
Please
here.
no, please no. There there's some things in here that I know. Just know. Let me grab. So we are gonna be going to the premiere of the B-side of the single, which is me and Now's self-cover of Catalina. This was done in the span of a week, because, you know, what's new? Let me just drop it into... Oh! How do I do this? Hey, no, I don't want to open up Streamlabs desktop. No, I didn't agree to that. Fine, I'll do it like this. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm prepared, I swear.
This guy is always struggling.
I don't know.
It's like Overcooked in real life.
No, that's actually true.
Oh,
no.
Always fighting for his life.
No. Why won't this send? Please send. Why is my door opening? Oh no. Is the wind blowing it? I don't know.
It's the strong winds of the Overcooked.
No.
Tornado.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh my god. Give me a second. Let me
Here
just
to
close the
push you
door.
into a bottomless pit.
Give me a second. Let me just close the door real quick. It's because I'm too warm. I'm too warm-bodied. There's too much temperature. Okay, you know what? So, y'all, if you... Let me do it here. Give me a second. I'm gonna hear myself. That's fine. There's one. Okay. Oh yeah, I can do it from the live control room. I totally forgot I could do that. So, head on over to this link. I'm gonna flip it to instant premiere. We are gonna end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining us, for listening to Catalina and streaming it and sharing it, and just giving us so much love. We greatly appreciate you, and we look forward to more releases under this banner, be it with all of us, or some of us, or with some new people. Okay. Head on over to the link. We'll see you guys there. Have a brave night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.